Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA 5 tutorial. In this tutorial guys, we're just gonna go ahead and cover the basic mods that you need to make sure are very much installed on your PC before you can install any other mods. I call these the base mods, and we are going to be doing tutorials on how to install LSPDFR. So I'll highly suggest that you follow through on what we're about to do right here. So we are not going to be installing LSPDFR right now, but in the next video we are going to be installing LSPDFR. This is to pretty much cover all basics and make sure when we do install LSPDFR we have all the requirements installed beforehand. All right, and some of these mods right here, as you can see, I do have all of these downloads. I'm gonna go ahead and explain what these are and why we are installing some of these mods right now. They are very much up to date, and I want to make sure we get the up-to-date mods first before we can install any other mods. At some point we are going to be downloading some mods that are going to have some of these mods in them, and we are not going to be installing those mods at that point in time because some of those mods might just be the same or might be out of date. So we don't really want to install anything out of date at this point. So that's why we are going to be installing these mods right now. All right, so let me go ahead and open up my Steam account here real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and browse my local files for my LSPDFR or for the file that we are going to use to mod our GTA 5 for LSPDFR. In the last video guys, I did show you pretty much how I get my game set up, how I set up my game and everything like that, and things that you need to do, and the files that you might need to create as well, like for instance the mods folder and the scripts folder. That's one of the things that you might need to create, and I already covered which files from the GTA 5 main directory you might need to highlight and copy and paste inside your mods folder, like I have done right here. So you can go ahead and check the video, the previous video from this one. You will get all of this information right here. All right, so today we are going to go ahead and cover let me just go ahead and bring up the web right here. First and foremost, we are going to go ahead and cover game config, how to install game config. This is one of the mods that if you don't really install it straight away, or you try to wait for some other time to install this, it's easy to forget, and sometimes you end up installing something totally different for what's needed for your game to function properly. All right, so that's what we are going to be covering this right now. And of course, game config does come with pack limit adjuster as well. So we're going to go ahead and cover all of this information right here, and then we are going to need to install heap limit adjuster as well. We need this to just in case you want to go ahead and install some add-on vehicles and stuff like that, and maybe some mentions and stuff like that. This is the stuff that you need to make sure is very much installed for your game to function properly. All right, and the next thing that we are going to install today is going to be the native UI. As you can see, this one is the latest version. I know there are some mods that we are going to be downloading in the near future that are going to have native UI. Some of those mods are going to have, like I said, they're going to have native UI, and I do notice that the native UI that will be in there is pretty much out of order and it's not the latest version. So we are going to be installing the latest version today, and we are going to install the Reg native UI. This is one of the mods, or should I say the files, that people actually install a lot, and they actually install the wrong thing most of the time, and they cry out, my game is not working. That's because you are installing something you should not be installing in your game. All right, and then we are going to go ahead and cover how to install the scriptbookv.net as well. Last but not least, we are going to be installing the scriptbookv, and this is not actually the website that I actually download my scriptbookv. If I can go ahead and search it here, I tried to look for it this way, but I couldn't get into the website. As you can see, the website is not working, so I had to find this scriptbookv from this website right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave all the links in the description for everything that we are going to cover right here. All right, so let me go ahead and minimize this we are going to go ahead and begin with our install. And of course, if you checked out the last video, I did notify you that you might need to install WinRAR, you might need to install OpenIV, and we are going to be using OpenIV today to install our game config. All right, so let me go ahead and open up my OpenIV here real quick. While that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my game config, and I'm gonna go ahead and unzip my files here real quick as well. So we are going to go ahead and use our OpenIV for the first time. And if you have checked out the video that the video link in the description that I left in the last video showing you how to install OpenIV, I think I might have left out some information on that, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick what you are going to need to do to make sure your OpenIV is going to be functioning properly as well. All right, so before we can do anything, make sure you have this checked in here real quick. I think it's going to be the ASI manager here real quick. Yep, you need to go ahead and make sure everything here is installed. As you can see, my ASI loader is installed, my OpenIV.isi is installed, and my camera is installed as well. So make sure everything is installed. If it's not installed, it's gonna be in color blue right here. All right, so make sure you get that done. So with that said, let's go ahead and install our game config. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the readme here real quick, but I don't really want to take way too much time on this. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and read the readme here. We need to try to find the pathway where we are going to be installing our game config, and this is going to be the pathway right here. All right, and in the last video, guys, if you have checked out the last video, when I told you to install some of this stuff inside your mods folder right here, that will be one of the reasons why. Because if you don't really know, if you don't do that step right there, especially if you're new to GTA 5 modding, it's easy to make some mistakes on that regard. All right, so if I go ahead and go into my mods folder here inside my OpenIV, you can already see that I have all of these folders right here. That's pretty much the same thing that you can see here inside my mods folder on our GTA 5 main directory. All right, so that's pretty much that information already there. All right, but let's say you did not do any of this right here. This is how you're gonna go ahead and navigate this pathway on your OpenIV. All right, so let me go ahead and go back over here. So what we are going to go ahead and do here is just come to the side over here, side column. We're gonna go ahead and go to update, or you can just go ahead and go to update right here, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to, it says update RPF. So it's going to be update RPF right here. And then when you get to this point, if you turn on your edit mode, it's gonna go ahead and give you this red banner right here. So you need to make sure you show in mods folder. So you go ahead and select this right here. It's gonna go ahead and select it and install everything into your mods folder. But since I already have it in my mods folder, as you can see, it really did not take too much time to navigate into mods, update RPF. Now we can go ahead and go to common and then data. All right, so let's go ahead and go to common and then data. All right, so this is where we need to be right here with your edit mode turned on. If I scroll down here, we can go ahead and see that we do have our game config right here, and we do have our DLC list right here as well. But for right now, we are only worried about this game config. This is what we need to replace. All right, so let me go ahead and close the readme, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open up this GTA 5 game config version 30 right here. And here, guys, you need to go ahead and choose if you are going to be installing less mods on your game. You can go ahead and select this folder for less mods. If you are going to be installing a lot of mods into your game, go ahead and select this folder for more mods. All right, for me, I'm going to go ahead and install a lot of mods, so let me go ahead and select this more mods right here. All right, and once again here, guys, you can go ahead and choose which version of game config you want to go ahead and install in your game. but please pay attention. The more you have, like for example 3 times traffic and 3 times pads, all this means is it's going to be spawning a lot of traffic in your game. It's going to be spawning a lot of pads in your game, and of course if your PC cannot handle it, you might find that you are having a lot of texture loss on your PC while you're playing your game. You can experience a lot of texture loss. So to try and avoid that, so try and limit it a little bit and see what works best for your PC. So for me, for this tutorial, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use 0 times 5 traffic and 0 times 5 pads. All right, I think my PC can handle this, so let me just go ahead and use this game config right here. All right, so what we are going to do here is just drag and drop this game config.xml inside our OpenIV, just like so. As you can see now, it just says compressed, not encrypted anymore. So that means I have installed this game config right here. All right, let me just go ahead and drag and drop it again, just like so. We are pretty much done with game config, just like that. All right, so let me move it over here. And what we are going to be doing next, so now you can go ahead and close your OpenIV, close your edit mode, and close out your OpenIV. And now we are only left with our GTA 5 main directory. So this is where we need to be, right here. All right, so what we are going to be installing next is going to be our pack limit adjuster and our heap limit adjuster as well. So this will be this file right here that you download with game config. So you need to go ahead and download both of these files right here. So we started off with this game config, and now we are going to be installing these files right here. All right, go ahead and minimize this, and I'm going to go ahead and unzip my files here real quick. I don't want to take too much time on this, so we're just going to go ahead and take both of these 2 files. All right, the heap adjuster ini and the pack file limit adjuster ini. We're going to go ahead and drag and drop both of these 2 files inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And we are pretty much done with this install. Let's move this one to the over here. Next, we need to go ahead and download our file pack limit adjuster as well. As you can see, if you could go ahead and go back to the website over here, these are the 2 links you need to copy and paste and find these 2 right here. All right, so these are the 2 right here that we are going to be installing next from here. All right, so you need to go ahead and copy and paste both of these 2 links and find your pack file limit adjuster and your heap limit adjuster as well. All right, so let's go ahead and minimize this. So what we are going to be installing next is going to be our file pack limit adjuster. Let me just go ahead and unzip these files here, and we only need 1 file here. So it's going to be this ASI file right here. So that's the only one that we need. So we can go ahead and drag and drop this inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And we are pretty much done with that. Move it to the top, and we are pretty much doing the same thing with the heap adjuster as well. As you can see, this one is only 1 file. So let's go ahead and unzip these files here real quick, and then we're just gonna go ahead and drag and drop this file inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And we are pretty much done with that. Next, we are going to install our Reg native UI. This could be a little bit of a tricky situation. Like I said, this is one of the mods that you can find in other mods. Some people just install everything. This is where you go ahead and mess up your game, because if it's not compatible with the game version that we are on, your game is not going to function properly. All right, so for this Reg native UI, we only need 1 file right here, this .dll file. As you can see, this one is for 2/5/2023. So this is what we need right here. Do not install this XML file, it's not necessary. All right, so let's go ahead and take it, drag and drop this inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And we are pretty much done with the Reg native UI. So when you find Reg native UI after this video in some other folders, in some other mods, please do not install it. All right, and next we are going to be installing our native UI. Okay, let's go ahead and unzip this. But for our native UI, we need to install this inside our scripts folder. All right, like I said, for me, I'm going to be installing some scripts because I try to be a little bit of a content creator. Scripts kind of help me out to make my videos stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go inside this scripts folder that we created in the previous video, and I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop both of these two files inside my scripts folder, just like so. And I'm pretty much done with that. Move it to the top over here, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to my GTA 5 main directory. And next we are going to be installing our scriptbookv.net. Okay, let me unzip these files here, just like so. All right, so what we are going to need here are the files that I'm going to highlight, so make sure you do kind of pay attention to this right here. So we need this ISI file, the INI file, the .NET2.dll, we need that, and the .NET3.dll. so we need those 4 files right here. So we're going to go ahead and drag and drop all of these files inside our GTA 5 main directory. All right, just like so. And we are pretty much done with that. And when you're done with that, you can go ahead and go inside this scriptbookv.net INI. Let's go ahead and open up these configuration settings right here. Especially if you have scripts, these are the changes that you need to make right here. So we're going to go ahead and change this to insert, just like so. The other way around. All right, so insert, just like so. And I'm going to go ahead and change this one to none, just like so. And once you're done with the changes right here, go to file and save. And we are pretty much done. Just go ahead and open it up again to make sure you did save your stuff properly. And we are done with that. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and install our scriptbook V. All right, let me go ahead and unzip my files here as well. All right, so let's go ahead and put this one over here. We're going to go ahead and open up the bin folder. And of course, we only need the binput8.dll and the scriptbookv.dll file. All right, so both of these two files, drag and drop inside your GTA 5 main directory, just like so. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, we are pretty much done with all the basic mods that we need to install as our base mods before we can install our LSPDF file. All right, and before I go, in the last video I did show you how you can go ahead and keep your own files if you want to go ahead and downgrade in the near future. So let me just go ahead and open up my files here. I'm just going to go to explore. I think mine is on my external hard drive and it's inside this new folder right here. As you can see, these are the files, pretty much the same files for the current version of GTA 5 1.0 2945.0, and this scriptbook V right here that we just installed, it is compatible with this version right here. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this here as well. Since I want to go ahead and keep all my downgrade files together, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this scriptbook V in here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and take these two files and put them with these files over here, and that's done right there. So next time you need to go ahead and downgrade your game, you don't need to download anything. You can just go ahead and go to your file where you have all of this stuff saved up, and then you can just go ahead and put these 4 inside your GTA 5 main directory, and then you can go ahead and put these 2 inside your update folder, and of course you can go ahead and finish it off with putting these 2 inside your GTA 5 main directory as well. All right, so with that said, that pretty much concludes this tutorial, guys. Make sure you get this done. In the next video, we are going to be installing LSPDF file. This is where all the fun will start to begin, and we need to make sure the game is running as smooth as it possibly can. And if you find value to my work, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest that you can go ahead and donate to my channel. I do have my PayPal already set up right here, and of course you can go ahead and find the link in the description as well for PayPal if you want to go ahead and donate for your boy, support your boy and everything like that. I would truly appreciate it. So with that said, guys, that's pretty much it. And the other thing, all the videos that I'm going to be making for the new installation for LSPDFR for 2023 is going to be on my playlist right here. The playlist is not here yet because I have not uploaded a video just yet, but I'm pretty sure by the time you are seeing this video there will be a playlist right here with pretty much as many videos as possible showing you the things that you need to install for your LSPDFR for everything to work as smooth as possible and pretty much have your LSPDFR looking exactly like mine. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching.